Hey, good evening, YouTube. It's been a couple days, or about a week and a half since I did my last update. So let's see here. Uh, yeah, new carburetor was put on a couple weeks ago. Carburetor ran great over the weekend. We took it on our first road trip. Took her to a car show. Me and the missus here. Say hi. We took it to the car show downtown. We took third place for the classic car series. Her and I were super excited about that. We dressed up in '60s attire. Oh yeah, look. Well, I'm in a '60s bowling shirt, and she's in a '60s dress with the traditional convertible hairnet or hair headscarf. It was a lot of fun. It was a good day. Like I said, we took third. Last week the Power Tour was in town. Got to see a couple of the good guys from the Power Tour. Unfortunately, we missed Mopar Al. Al showed up at about the time I was leaving to head out to a doctor's appointment, so I wasn't able to catch up with Al that day, which really sucked because I was really looking forward to meeting him and Derek from freaking Vice Grip Garage. I was really looking forward to meeting those two, but unfortunately, wasn't able to happen. So current standings right now in the car. Did a little adjustment on the timing. Timing was just still a little out. Tuned her in, gave her a little more advance on the degree. She's sitting about 15 right now, advanced. Seems like a little more pep now. She's not bogging off idle like she was before. I backed the idle screw down on the carburetor today, took her for a test drive. That seemed like it worked. One thing I did notice when we were driving around, the exhaust diverter valve inside the exhaust manifold that diverts heat up to the bottom of the carburetor, bottom of the intake manifold, for cold starts, was seized up. So I pulled the intake and exhaust off today. It's sitting out up under the shed right now. Was able to free the valve up and get it to lock itself into the constant open position, vice the heating position. We're in Florida. I really don't need a cold weather hot diverter valve right now. If we ever move up north, yeah, I'll just swap out, put a new exhaust manifold on it. It's the same exhaust manifold that the 232 ran, so it's not like it's a big deal to find a 238, 258, or the 232, 258. I can swap intake and exhaust off one of those in like 5 minutes. It's the exact same bolt pattern, exact same spacing. A couple other things I had happen. Wish I could speak tonight. Uh, Brakes. So last took it to work 2 days last week, Thursday and Friday. Got tags on it, and was driving home and noticed that. Got home and I was like, "What's that weird smell?" Well, I adjusted the brakes, but I had them a little over tight, just a wee bit. Smoked the brakes in the rear end, so I had to pull them back apart, back the star nuts off. Still waiting for the parts to come in. Half of them came in this week. Got some more parts that are supposed to come in next week that were already ordered like a month ago. Yay. Gotta love delays. So I should be getting the brakes back together. I've got the cables ready to go back on. Did the oil change on it this week. Got rid of the cruddy Fram oil filter that was on it from previous owner, and dumped me some good old-fashioned Shell Rotella and a new Wix filter on it. It needed it. Also replaced the oil pressure sending unit. After it was hot, it would start acting a little wonky, showing me flickering oil pressure light, which wasn't good. Hooked the mechanical gauge up to it. It was showing fine, 10 to 15 psi at idle when it was really hot. So I swapped that out, put some fresh oil in it. I'm glad I did, though, because pulled it out, and I can tell that old carburetor that was on there, the 1920, was just dumping fuel because you could smell it in the oil. Compression was great in all the cylinders, so I'm just going to say it was that 1920 Holly that was on there before I swapped to the 1931 was just dumping way too much raw fuel in the dang system, and it was leaking past rings. So that problem solved. Dropped the transmission pan on Saturday. Went ahead and pulled the front servo out. Never done that before. Trust me, if you don't have one, the technical service manual is a lifesaver. Pulled the front servo out, replaced the O-rings on it, cleaned it up real good, retensioned everything, reset the bands in accordance with the specs. Pulled both front and rear screens off. It doesn't have a filter, it's got two screens. Pulled those out, flushed those out with carb cleaner, or brake parts cleaner. Flushed them out, got all the debris out of the pans. Refilled it with Dexron Mercron 3 from Tractor Supply Company. About the best place to get it out right now. They sell it in 2.5 gallon jugs, so it comes in handy because the XJ we have, the 93 XJ goes through transmission fluid like a fat guy goes through a all-you-can-eat buffet. Yeah, that was aimed towards you, Dad, if you're watching this, fat guy. So yeah, filled that back up, dumped a quart of Lucas down in it, and took it for a drive. Did a little fine tuning on the kickdown linkage, and she's smooth as silk now. She'll get up. She's still slower than dog snot. I think the clutch packs and the bands are just worn slap out on it. It is a 60-year-old transmission. Got to find a place to get that transmission rebuilt. Probably do that next year. Probably early January frame after I'm working after I retire. But yeah, that's about it. Other than that, she's down for a couple days while I got the exhaust. Oh yeah, there's the
there it goes.
Not very good, but that was us after we won our trophy on Sunday at the car show. Dallas, if you're watching this, yes, I am repping an AHRA t-shirt. I had to throw that out there. So Dallas, I am repping your outfit. Tony, sorry, I wasn't repping one of the Uncle Tony's garage hats that day. I was wearing my Marine Corps hat. My apologies. And today I'm wearing my AMC hat. But anyways, YouTube, y'all have a great one, and I will catch you on the next update. Peace.